Oh my God, I think I'm gonna have to put this puzzle down in a minute because I'm definitely starting to feel really lethargic. I just feel like this whole wave has come over me, like I feel a little bit spaced out. What else to say? So I'm definitely having a bit of an out-of-body experience. I just was walking to the pantry and like when I took a step, I literally said, whoa, out loud, because like I felt like it was a bit of an out of body experience. Like I just felt like, not dizzy, but just like weird. I just feel really weird. And that vagina pain is still there. It's not painful per se, like there's just like something there. Yeah. I just had another one of those headaches just here and it was so sharp and intense. I'm so glad that it doesn't last very long. It seriously lasts like 3 to 5 seconds, but it's like really sharp and intense and you actually have to breathe through it. So there goes another symptom. I don't know if you'd call this a symptom, but I'm actually like just getting really annoyed with really lame shit, like real cheesy shit, like getting really sensitive when I see like on Facebook or Instagram people do, you know, like post something and then just like with really like lame emojis and stuff. I'm just like, oh, like I just want to like vomit at them. And like I'm not a very judgmental person, but I actually feel really judgy right now. Like I'm just like, oh my God, stop, like why are you doing that? It's just, yeah. So who knows if that's a symptom. Like another one is when people will be like saying something on, like posting something in a Facebook group or something like that, and they're trying to seem like they're not egotistical or they're not up themselves. So they'll like put an emoji that like tries to soften the situation, and it's just like so cringe. I'm just like, just stop, just don't even put any emojis. You're just making yourself look like an idiot. And if I see one more fucking ad on Facebook trying to sell me their fucking online course, I am going to lose it. Good morning, Possum. Look how many blankies I've got. It's always so cold in Victoria. So, how am I looking today? Not as disheveled as yesterday, but my gosh, fuck, I'm so shit at videoing lately. My gosh, so last night when I went to bed, I started to just feel like I'd had like a Valium or something. Like I just felt like full body feels, like I just felt so comfortable in bed, like just my whole body just felt like really relaxed. And then I had the most vivid dreams. So this one dream that stands out, this just sounds so crazy. I was at a beach that was like, seemed like it was back in my hometown in South Australia, but also half Fiji. Like it was so bizarre. And then I stepped on something and all of a sudden started getting these welts on my feet. And they started blowing up into cacti. Like they started to look like these little like green balls with spikes on it, and then they started exploding out of my foot. It was fucked up basically. And I had a few other crazy dreams as well that were just like so intense. Oh, and with that foot dream, like it was that full on that it actually woke me up. Like I started like screaming because my feet were exploding, like, and it hurt in the dream as well. Yeah, so it was just, oh my God, so intense. But I feel great this morning, like other than, you know, just a bit like relaxed. I wouldn't say tired, even though I just yawned. Like I don't feel like, oh God, I could sleep even longer. Like I feel like I've had plenty of sleep now, but I feel really good. Yeah, not really any pelvic pain. Like last night, I feel like it always happens at night. Like I always just get like these mild little niggles and then wake up and there's no pelvic pain, but then all that kind of come on again later on. But apart from that, it's Sunday, so I'm just gonna chill the fuck out and make heaps of tea today because I've got lots of orders to do. Also off the back of yesterday, how I said I was like, there were just posts that were just like annoying me. I feel like I'm also noticing that there's certain people that I don't want to talk to, and I've noticed that I feel like a sense of becoming more selfish, and not so much for me, but actually for my embryo. Like I feel like just this sense of like, I want to reserve my energy and only speak to people that are going to support me in the way that I support them, that I know support me, if that makes sense. Oh my God, that sounds so confusing. But what I'm saying is there are people that you talk to because, you know, you care about them, but they always just take every time you speak to them. And it's just like really draining, but you always try and be there for them. You always try and help them. So anyway, like now when I'm seeing some of these people like pop up or try and speak to me, like I actually just don't have any time for them because like they don't know exactly what I'm going through, although some of them do. And I don't expect them to just start treating me differently either. But like when you are trying to, you know, look after this embryo as much as you can, all of a sudden this maternal instinct does actually kick in and you just feel like, I'm just going to reserve my energy now. I'm not going to give it away to people who are just going to drain the shit out of me. And, you know, I'm often a very caring and giving person. And quite often, you know, in past times, I would actually give way too much to these people. So now it's time to give back to myself. And I'm so proud of myself for saying that. Since I've told you that I will tell you all my symptoms, another one that I just noticed this morning was rabbit poo-like stools. So when you have a bowel movement and it just comes out in little balls, and when you're pregnant or you have a surge in those kind of hormones, it does can cause constipation. It's quite a common symptom of early pregnancy. So again, can still be a symptom of the drugs that I'm taking. But that was very obvious this morning. I never usually get just like lots of little rabbit poos, and it actually didn't feel really hard to pass, but it was more so when I looked, and you should always look because you never know what you might find, that I noticed it. So there's another one to add to the list. Another symptom that I forgot to mention that I was experiencing yesterday that I don't have today is really itchy shins, and I'm just naturally a bit more itchy in general. I am prone to an itchy scalp, so I feel like that's probably not related, but I just had really itchy shins, like I just really wanted to itch them. So it's still day 4 post-transfer on the Sunday, and pretty much all day I've had like no symptoms at all. Haven't even felt that tired, definitely don't have sore boobs. Haven't even really had any pelvic pain. It's like to the point where when you don't have any symptoms, you feel a bit concerned. You're like, oh, where have all my symptoms gone? So that's probably the only thing that's playing on my mind at the moment. But the last like 20 minutes though, I have started to get like a little bit of pelvic like tingling feeling. So that's actually good. I'm glad that I've got some symptoms back. But apart from that, I'm feeling so good. I don't know if it's like because like I've been getting really good sleep, so I'm not doing too much, I'm not stressed. Yeah, who bloody knows? Like you're always guessing in this world. So I'm hoping that I wake up tomorrow with some more symptoms, but let's see. I have also noticed that I have a bit more thirst. I don't know if I've been having more saltier foods than normal making me thirsty, but I definitely have noticed that I'm really drinking a lot more water. I wouldn't say I'm going to the toilet more often though, definitely still normal there. Day 5 post embryo transfer. Took me a while to fall asleep last night and I had a really disturbed sleep. I woke up, I went to the toilet probably 3 times, and although because I couldn't sleep, I also got up and had some magnesium, so drinking a bit more fluid would definitely contribute. But I had like really mild pelvic cramping throughout the night and nightmares again, like full on. I had this one dream where it was like I was in like my husband's video game where I had like an old like AK-47. All of a sudden, I think like the dream started where I was like under this bench, and I like found this gun and I quickly loaded it, and there were like people shooting at people. Like it felt like I was in Mexico, like part of the like drug wars or something. And then like someone like broke into this room and I quickly shot them, and I was like shooting other people were shooting people in the head. I was getting shot at. It was so full on, and luckily it woke me up. That's the second time a dream's woke me up. And it was really nice like sleeping with Ed last night, because the last couple of nights I've slept in a different bed because he gets up so early. I don't want to disturb each other. And yeah, it was really sweet, and he just like held me, and yeah, it was just really nice. And this morning, again, like a little bit of that pelvic pain, really sore, like my whole body is so sore. And I wouldn't call it nausea, but I do just have this feeling like in my throat. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, and a blocked nose this morning as well. So definitely feeling a little bit more off today, which is a good thing. And just then as well, I also noticed like a bit more pelvic tightness, and I was actually just standing up and I had to sit back down. So I'm gonna take this all as good signs. Fuck, I'm useless. I ended up caving and I went and got some pregnancy tests.